Hello, this is Star Fluke and Star Bloom, and I'm gonna show you a simple way, and I'm looking at this is so cool because this is how you add transparency. Just so you know, I pasted it in your backgrounds. You can delete it. I pasted it somewhere else on another page, but I put it in your backgrounds on your Star Bloom server. But what I was doing was basically just showing how to add a transparency. If you have a ping file, a PNG is can be transparent as long as it's a RGBA. I think that's it. You know how we have the RGB, and then if it's a ping and it's saved as RGBA and part of it is transparent, this is how we set up the transparency in Blender. Because if you see over here, as we go to the material and we select it, and then we can see if we pull this off, see, it won't be, it's the alpha. So the alpha channel has to be plugged in. And it's pretty simple once you've learned how to do it. But if you import it like so, it won't be transparent. It'll be all like that. So I love to do the transparent thing. So you drag the alpha in the image texture. This is the image texture box right here. Okay, so apart from that, it's just so cute, and I've been playing with your gorgeous flowers that you colored, and I'm so inspired by your artwork. But I wanted to show you just really quickly. Okay, so I want to show you really quickly. Don't use the remesh on the Mac Neo. I'm going to click my overlays back on so you can see my background, and go to front view, and then see I just have an image over the top of the book. See, like that. And so that's just what's on the top there is this add for Shift A. You go Shift A, and then you can add a mesh if it's a plane. Or no, yeah, it's either a plane or it's a image mesh plane. Can't remember, but either one will work. And then you have to add an image texture to it. And then you can set the transparency. So, plus I posted a bunch of the transparency if you want to try it with your artwork on an item. It's super fun, and I posted it on my Blend Tear Tips page. So that's that. So I'm just going to come over here and turn this off real quick. I'm going to close the notebook right here, right there, because it's all in a folder. So click it off, and then I'll click here at the top so that I can add a new folder. And I'll just click up in the right corner there, click, and I'll just call this kitty bag or bag. Bag. Oh, kitty. So I'm showing you a different way how to do that tutorial because it's so cute. I've been saving it for you. So cute. It's cute. Cute. This is getting so long already. It's already 4 minutes. I could talk forever. Okay, so I'm gonna Shift S and put the cursor to the world origin. And there it is. So now when I add a cube, oh, hi cube. There it is. Okay, so let's say in that tutorial with the kitty in the bag, this is the bag part. So there's the cube. I'm selecting the cube, and I'm going to hit tab to go into edit mode. And then I'm going to click the top. We've got the faces on. And I'm going to click it. Let me click S to scale it down, or you can come over here and turn your tools on if you want. And then I'm gonna like select the whole thing by clicking A. And then I'm gonna get the scale over there. And so we could just make the bag like this. And then if you want, just I would suggest if you do the kitty bag, you just leave it like it is, and then you can delete the top like this. Or even so, I'm gonna tab into solid mode so you can see this a little better. So you could do something like this instead if you wanted a little top edge, but I don't really think it needs one. You just make the bag look like like a box for the kitty instead, and then what he says is he says tab into sculpt mode, and then he says come up here and don't do this. Hit F, just like my brush is so big, it's annoying. And then he comes in and I think he does something over here and he says to add uh, to add the remesh wherever that's at. It's around here somewhere. So, but anyway, don't do that because that will crash your computer. It just adds a lot of vertices. You can still come in here and use your tools with just lower vertices. So you can do that if you want. And I'm on the oh, I know I have my palette hidden. Okay, so right click down here. I had my palette hidden. That's why we're not seeing the remesh, I think. So just I hit it, right click down on the edge. Where are you? Okay, so right click on it. It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. And then I turned this off, show tool settings. So it was off, and I was making more room for capturing. I'm a capture fanatic. And then over here, I think is where you remesh. Down here, yeah, there it is. Don't do this. And if you ever do it, stay very low, 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 so you can see what it does. I can show you what it does. It's no big deal, but I think also first we have to turn on in here, where is it? In faces or view. Oh, this is gonna take a second. Okay, so if you want to see your wires, which I do, I always do. You don't have to. You can turn them off and on. And also, when you move this around in sculpt mode, like so, you can just do like this, and you can see them. And did I delete the top of the box? No, but okay. So if you go to sculpt mode and you want your wire to see them, go over here to overlays. Click the drop down menu and come down here, and then you can hit under geometry wireframe, and then you can see them. You can, turn them down or up or whatever you want. And I always like to see mine. I don't know why. And then if you were to remesh, of course, I'll show you what that does in this. And I don't even like do it because anyways, I won't go into that right now. But let's see, where is it? Oh, it's down here. You have to hold your mouse over and scroll that. And there's remesh, and then if you hit the remesh, it's gonna do like what a subdivision. And then I think, oh, I better turn that down to 1. So I'm just gonna right click on it and hit it, and it says reset to default, so it's gonna do 1. And I hit remesh, see what it does. And it's going to do what the subdivision modifier does, only it's also going to make some. So you could try it, but you better be very careful. Don't hit it higher than that. And then F to scale your brush, and then you can do this. But what I do instead, I'll edit, undo, Control Z to undo that. And then I go back, and then what I would do would be to tab into, this is what I was going to show you to do instead. So I'm going to delete these. I made these to show you the lines. So I'm going to switch to edge mode, edge, and I'm just going to select the edges like this, right click, come down here, dissolve edges. And then I'm back to that cube. And then if you wanted to make your box, you know, a little bit kind of crumpled, just select a line, right click, subdivide. You can do that and then go to your vertices, see? And you could do it just simply like that. And you can also just select all, right click, subdivide, and that just subdivided some areas, but I must have messed this front up. But select a vertice, shift select, and then you can hit J, I think. Yeah, join. Right click is, or maybe it's edge join or something, but J on the keyboard, and then that joins, and then it'll be like that. So you can do it that way. And then I also wanted to select the top. I've got 2 extra vertices there, so I don't want those right now. So I would right click and say dissolve vertices. And sometimes when you are dissolving stuff, you'll just play with that and you'll see. But if you wanted the top of the bag to be a little thicker, we'll tab back into edit mode or whatever, and then I'm gonna select the top, and I'm gonna hit the I key to inset it. I think that's the word for it. So you can do that, and then you can extrude I and E, and it's here and faces up at the top. I gotta move this down a bit. Faces. So see, extrude is E, and then inset is I. Okay. So, and then I inset it, and then you could inset it again if you want, and bring it down. Or extrude, or I extruded it, excuse me. And then just scale it out a bit. Scale it out. If you wanted to have a just, and then I can also just bring it up a little. Just scale it in a little bit more, and then pull it down like that. Anyway, so if you wanted to have an edge on the top of your box, and then X, delete faces, and you could do something like this, and then you could shape your box. You could tab into sculpt mode, and then you can, you know, pull it around, and you can also turn the X axis on so that it'll move both sides, see? And then you can do that. And so that's what I would do. I would definitely not use the remesh. And that was all I was going to show you. And now this is 14 minutes long. I can't believe it. But oh well. You can always zoom through this. But I think this is so cute for the kitty box. And I think the kitty, I watched it. I haven't done it yet, but you could do whatever you wanted. And see, you don't need to add all of that topology just to get that simple boxy look or whatever. You can also just hit A, select, I'm going to go into object edit mode. A, select all, right click, subdivide. And that will give you a little bit more geometry to mesh up your kitty box. So that's all I wanted to say. Hey, hey, hey. This is Star Fluke and Star Bloom, and we are making fun stuff. And then you could do the kitty head the way he showed you. Bye.